Hello, my friends. Well, here we are. Rock bottom. The pit of despair. Chances are, you're so fed up with our favorite team, you're not even watching this. Or if you are, you wish you weren't. Which is great. I feel the same way. I wish I wasn't doing it. So you know what? Let's cut the pretense and call it a day. Check. Can you have production call me a car? Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't leave yet, because we have stuff to talk about. Listen, I'm as bummed as you are, but we need to get through this thing together. So things have collapsed, and the Vikings are out of the playoffs. But Sam, there's still a 2% chance. No, we need to let it go. It's time to move on and admit the season's effectively over. But notice, I'm not playing the sad music. That's because I don't want you to cry because it's over. I want you to smile because it's over. Let's be honest, even if the Vikings did make the playoffs, they weren't going to go anywhere. We should be thanking them for saving us weeks of extra stress and heartache. For example, it's Packer Week, a time usually accompanied with many nerves and jitters leading up to the game with the hated rivals. If you were to throw playoff implications on top of that, might be too much to take. Now, with nothing to play for, who cares what happens? Sure, we'll still have to deal with the rank arrogance of Olivia Munn's boyfriend and the general smugness of all the Packer fans in our lives. But we can be comforted by the fact that win or lose, it doesn't really matter. And life is meaningless, and we're all gonna die one day. So, let's look at the bright side. As a fan, you get the next 2 weeks off. And the playoffs. Unpaid vacation. There will be no earth-shattering collapse or humongous letdown, because those things have already happened. They just happened slowly, and more gradual this year. Okay, one more thing, and I'm being serious here. I know that following this team year in and year out is hell. But do you really want to be a Patriots fan? My wife's family is from the Northeast, and they all follow the Pats, and they're lovely people. But sometimes I get to thinking, there's got to be a certain emptiness to just rooting for the front runner every year. Don't get me wrong, I'd trade. But look at it this way. Fans of really successful teams, the Patriots, the Steelers for much of their history, and yes, the Packers, being a fan of one of those teams is kind of like being that kid in your class who had everything. His parents were loaded, his dad ran a law firm or whatever, and he got everything he wanted. Nintendo 64 right when it came out, really? And yeah, you were jealous of the kid. But the truth is, getting everything you want isn't all it's cracked up to be. It builds no character, you learn nothing about work ethic, and after a while, it kind of turns you into a spoiled brat. So we're not that kid. We're the kid who doesn't get a video game system for Christmas. We get socks. Then we have to beg the other kid to go over to his house and play him in Mario Kart until he gets pissed we're beating him and he throws a tantrum and takes our controller. But here's the thing, gang. We're gonna get a job bagging groceries, and we're gonna save our money for what feels like a really long time. And then eventually, we're gonna buy that N64, and it's gonna be so much sweeter because we earned it. I can't believe I'm still going on this video game analogy, and I really have no idea if it's making sense. But what I'm trying to say is, there's glory in the struggle. At least that's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. I'll be around through this year and next, through the draft, free agency, training camp, the whole thing. And so will you, because you're a fighter, and you bag groceries. Stop with the grocery thing, Sam, stop. I'll be seeing you the rest of the way, and we'll get through this thing together. Now and forever, go Vikes. Now I want to play GoldenEye.